Oh, hi, Malcolm Nance. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Navy panties?
Well, Malcolm was in
Ranger panties.
Ranger panties. Well, the lady folk went crazy last week. Malcolm
Yeah.
got up to get something. Whoa. A little,
The Navy swim trunks are called Daisy Dukes.
little sailor leg there. Hello. Yes, I wrote and I directed Malcolm Nance in Fight Club.
Yes.
I just said, say, are you kidding me? I'm a former spy. I could kill you with one finger, like this. And then he just went like that.
You didn't like the one where
And
I
knocked
used the
out several people. Yes.
You didn't like the one where I used the helmet off my body armor, so I used.
Malcolm, you see this? I've been clutching this New York Times piece for a week to talk to you and also just talk to Chairman Perez. Just this, this particular line. Officials fear that Russia could change, delete, or freeze voter data, making it harder for voters to cast ballots, invalidating mail-in ballots, or creating enough uncertainty to undermine election results. Discuss.
Is it me, or does the New York Times always come back 2 years after I had been saying this on television weekly in the run-up to the 2018 election, that the Russians had hacked the databases of voter registration? And if they wanted to create real mischief, they could insert an algorithm which would change everyone who is a Democrat's address by one digit. And when you got there, your address would not be valid. They could change your name by adding a middle initial or misspelling. They hacked into those registration databases for a reason.
Right.
And the best thing to do is, instead of changing your vote, invalidate every Democrat's vote. Change the registration from Democrat to Independent or Republican. Create mayhem. That's one thing that they could do, and I've been warning that for a few years now.
Is our government doing anything about this, do you think? Is the FBI doing anything about this? Or because Donald Trump wants their help once again? I mean, and how do we protect against this?
Here's the problem. This issue is in the hands of the states. Now, you have national intelligence agencies like NSA and Cyber Command that can actually watch the leading edge of these things. They can watch the organizations as they try to carry out activities. But once it crosses into the United States through cyberspace, it's the domain of the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and they will do a fine job of telling us that that's what was done to flip Florida to Trump, for example, after the election. It is very hard unless they find an actual virus in there. And that requires the states to actually want to have to look for it.
Yeah.
Can I point out to you in 2016?
This is not making me feel better, but go ahead.
But in 2016, I had warned before the election that the vendor to the state of Florida's Secretary of State's office had been hacked or had been scanned by Russian intelligence, not hacked. It means they went inside, they looked around. The Secretary of State of Florida at that time, a Republican, wrote a letter to my current employer on television and said that I was a liar, this never happened, and that I was manipulating the news. Lo and behold, a year later, the FBI confirms that the vendor had been hacked and had been gotten into, and that they were specifically looking at the voter registration database. Look, if it's in the hands of Republicans in that state, you're not going to hear about this if it works to their advantage. But if Trump loses on Tuesday, you can be pretty sure you're going to hear all about this on Wednesday, and that, Hillary Clinton and, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and, the ghost of Vincent Price all work together to do this conspiracy to steal the election from Trump.
Okay. Because the other thing I've been waiting to ask you is what is going on with Putin. So what is he? Is this a disinformation campaign, or is he really throwing Trump under the bus when he blew up the Hunter Biden story? Right? And said, basically, in the Moscow, whatever that other stupid thing is, he said getting paid off by the Moscow mayor. Putin basically completely threw Trump under the bus, right? And then I was just saying that he just ordered a mask mandate. I'm like, and I can't tell. Is this to throw us off and go, see, I'm not aligned with Trump?
No. The mask mandate is just because he doesn't want Russians dead, and he'd rather let the United States capitalize on all the deaths in the world and make this country sicker and weaker. With regards to the Hunter Biden and Putin not validating that story and everything, that was, that's sort of a tricky form of spycraft where you give your supposed opponent an out. But all that does is gives when Hunter Biden or anybody who wants to defend him, like us, comes up on television and says, oh, Putin is saying that that's not true, to the cute conspiracy theorists and the Trump people, that makes it 10 times more true. Okay? I mean, and what I want to know is this. Who are these people that go on television and mention Hunter Biden and don't mention that Donald Trump was trying to get a multi-billion-dollar hotel deal and had offered to bribe Vladimir Putin with a $50 million apartment at the time?
Right. Well, I mean, but I guess my point is, do you really think Putin is hedging his bets and thinks Trump is going to lose, or in terms of blowing up the Hunter Biden story?
No, I don't think he really blew up the Hunter Biden story. He gave Russia the ability to plausibly deny any involvement in these stupid, crazy American politics. And, he doesn't, however Trump is going to win, it's going to win with Vladimir Putin's help in a way that you really don't see. The Russians are not doing everything as the leading edge of the attack, right? No, all Russia has to do is amplify Trump. That's it. Trump does everything. All the cheating will come from the Trump campaign.
Yeah. Well, I want to get your reaction. Jason Johnson, our friend, tweeted, I'm not worried about the results next Tuesday. I'm worried about the aftermath and the naked power grab it will expose. Trump-appointed judges will try to steal the election in broad daylight, and Americans have to be willing to do more than just vote to stop this takeover. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I know that you wouldn't urge us to vote as much if you didn't think our vote counted, and I know Tom Perez, just basically his reaction to this Russia story is that in itself can be a voter suppression technique, because people go, oh my God, it's already stolen. I'm not going to bother to vote, right?
My concern is not what's going to happen on the day of the 4th with electors being stolen and judges. I'm concerned armed gunmen coming onto the street.
Yeah. Because in Michigan, a judge has blocked a ban on open carry of guns at polling places. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Overturned.
It was? Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, the Michigan judge struck down the rule that banned the open carry. Okay. But wait.
Yeah.
Travis, it's been overturned?
They can carry.
Huh?
They can open carry.
No, that's what I'm saying. She reversed it, so they can open carry. Right. Yes. And so the NAACP says it will monitor voting sites on Election Day for voter intimidation. I mean, that's my concern as well. That's what they're hoping for, as much voter intimidation as possible, as much voter suppression as possible.
I expect to see a lot of Villanella ISIS convoys on Election Day. And the question is, the day after election, do they start marauding with guns on those convoys?
Yeah.
And, all bets are off here. And like I said, the last month I've spent writing a new book about the right-wing insurgency that is likely going to come. If Trump wins, they'll be the brown shirts. If Trump loses, they will be vanilla ISIS underground, trying to subvert American democracy through arms. This is, let's just hope that everyone gets their senses back and we reestablish a norm of democracy. But the 4th of November is going to be incredible.
Yeah. Nance, what is your prediction? I really am veering between wild optimism and existential dread. You?
I predict that we are all going to vote today, not tomorrow, not next week. If you have the opportunity to vote today, get up as soon as I'm finished, put your headphones on, listen to the rest of the show standing in line. I voted yesterday, took 30 minutes. I turned around, got in my car for 10 minutes, and 25 people with chairs beat me to the door. So get out there right now and vote. We have to blow this thing out by the margins. And once you voted, start asking people if they voted.
Yep.
And offer to take people out there and give them the big pizza party.
And you have also, you've got virus surrender monkeys trending, because Mark Meadows said we are not going to control the pandemic. And they are. They are virus surrender monkeys, sir.
How many times did I warn you on this show that this was an official policy they decided in July?
Yeah.
And someday we're going to find the documents where they decided herd immunity was their official policy.
Yeah.
And they were going to allow 1 million Americans to die.
Yeah. And by the way, this is not good news. Antibody response to the coronavirus could decline over time, according to a new study. So, right, that's not, that whole idea that you have immunity or you're immune. New study suggests COVID may age some patients' brains by 10 years. We still don't know about all of the long-termers. I mean, it just goes on and on. There's one vaccine study, one antibody study that not doing well, and it's depressing. Anyway, but Malcolm, thank you for virus surrender monkeys, and thank you for once again scaring the bejesus out of us.
Yes, we
We're
always
going to get
appreciate
out
that.
and vote today. And if you do it right, maybe I'll come over to your basement next week, the 6th.
What? Oh my God,
Maybe.
that would be fantastic. What?
Oh.
I'll wear a bag over my head.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, wear a moon suit.